been 23 years, and I can still smell the paint. The china had never been used. The sheets had never been slept in. They called the Blair Witch Project the horror movie of dreams. And it wasn't. It really wasn't. Hello, friends and well-wishers, and welcome back to a special edition of A Coward Watches. It's your buddy Ryan, aka The Coward, and today we are revisiting 1999's The Blair Witch Project, one of the rare horror movies that I not only saw, but saw live when it was in the theater. I hated it when it first came out, and for 23 years, I've been talking crap about it to anyone who will listen, which isn't many people if you look at my view count. Today, we're going to take another look at it and see, do I like it better? Do I like it worse? Or is it the exact same crap that I remember from all those years ago? And folks, the truth is, this is one of the hardest videos I've ever had to make. I'm coming to you today with a deeply felt apology. I didn't want to make this video. I tried filming it 3 or 4 times and I got so emotional that I had to delete the footage. I just wasn't comfortable putting it out for people to see. 23 years ago, I made a youthful mistake. I went and I saw the Blair Witch Project and I hated it. I hated it. I was a fresh-faced 17-year-old boy.
Time to check out this Blair Witch Project movie.
Wait a minute. I didn't used to wear glasses.
Man, this movie's boring. Nothing's happening. Oh my god, they lost the map. This is a real snooze fest. A bunch of 5th graders with a video camera could have made this. That's the end? Are you kidding me?
That was long ago, and this is here and now. And folks, I gotta tell you, the Blair Witch Project has everything. Shaky cam, lost maps, bundles of sticks, piles of rocks, and snot. And now for everyone's favorite part of a movie review, a short synopsis. And for this one, I think we can go pretty short because I think just through osmosis, even people who haven't seen the Blair Witch Project kind of know what the Blair Witch Project is and about. We have 3 main characters. We have Heather, we have Josh, we have Mike. They are going into the woods to direct a documentary. Heather is the filmmaker, Josh is the cameraman, Mike's the sound guy. They go to Burkittsville, a small town in Maine, and they interview some of the locals about a legend called the Blair Witch. It's a woman who was kicked out of town long ago. There's been some creepy things that have happened in this town that have either been attributed to her or her influence over the region and the woods specifically. Those instances include a serial killer who killed 7 children and a bunch of woodsmen who were killed and had their bodies lashed together at a place called Coffin Rock. They plan to be in the woods for 2 or 3 days, getting footage, filming with locals. They talk to the locals. They get the backstory. They go out into the woods. They're going to try to make their way to this Coffin Rock and then to a supposed cemetery where the bodies of those 7 children are. And early on, they're getting lost. They're fighting with each other. There's a creepy atmosphere, and the tension just keeps ramping up. Every night they camp, and creepy stuff starts happening. They're hearing whispers and footsteps outside of their camp. They never actually see anything, but they're hearing people laughing, children laughing, the sound of feet running around. And it starts to happen when they wake up in the morning. There's these weird bundles of sticks or piles of stones and stuff that they've been finding in the woods are outside of their tent. They lose their map. It turns out, we find out that Mike, in frustration, threw the map into the river, which causes a huge fight. And after the next night, Josh goes missing. Josh is gone. They can't find him. So Mike and Heather are still trying to trudge through the woods. Every day, they're just picking a direction and walking as far as they can. They can never find their way out of the woods. They have to camp again at night. They start hearing Josh yelling for help in the distance, but they're thinking it's not really Josh. It's something trying to lure us out into the woods. Finally, on their last night there, the last night of the movie, they find an old house. They go inside. They start hearing Josh yelling for help. They run into the basement. Mike is first. Heather comes down. She sees Mike is stood in the corner. And I should explain, earlier in the movie, we found out that serial killer, when he would kill these children, he would take them to the basement, 2 people at a time. He would stand one in the corner while he killed the other one. She goes down the basement. Mike is standing in the corner. Her camera falls over. We hear screams. Cut to black. End of the movie. Every movie that we review here gets 2 ratings. One for quality and one for horror. Quality, is it a good movie? Horror, did it make me piss my pants? And folks, I gotta tell you, this movie scored extraordinarily high. Maybe it's because my expectations were so low going in. I hated it so much that first time around that this time, I absolutely love this movie. For quality, I'm giving it a 3.5. That's the second highest rating I've given on quality so far. This is a well put together movie. And I know there's all the jokes about the shaky cam and, oh, it was just some film students out in the woods. Anyone could have done this. The way this movie was structured to slowly build tension throughout the movie. Small things start happening, then more and more. Then one of them is missing. Then he's trying to lure them out in the woods. We never see the monster in this movie. And that's one of the coolest things about it. It leaves that mystery. It leaves those questions. And it's scary. And on that topic, did it make me piss my pants? It wasn't a full-on piss. I wasn't sitting in a puddle, but there was some dribbles. For horror, I'm giving the highest rating I have yet. It's a 3. It was a scary movie. And all of the horror comes from that mounting tension, that feeling of being unable to escape from these woods. They should have been able to find a way out. What is happening? That feeling of every night they have to camp and spend another night in the darkness with those sounds, hearing things and wondering what they'll find outside the tent in the morning. Knowing that once Josh is gone, will one of them be next and then they'll be all alone. The tension just builds and builds and builds and builds to a beautiful crescendo with a very creepy ending. If you liked any part of this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click the bell, ding the bell, break the bell, go to Taco Bell. Whatever you gotta do to give me some support. Next time, we'll be coming at you with the movie Paranormal Activity, which I've heard is pretty scary. And I gotta admit, ghostly type stuff is usually the stuff that freaks me out the most. So I'm anticipating a high piss in my pants ratio. And folks, I actually have to admit that footage earlier, I know it was convincing, but it wasn't me from 1999. It was actually my son Maxwell playing me. Max, come on in here, buddy. Max? Maxwell? Maxie boy, where are you? Son? Lad? Boyo? Where the heck could he be? Let's go look for him. Max? Max? Maxwell? Buddy, where are you? Max? Max? Oh, God! You're supposed to stay quiet. Say you are.
You are.
Damn sexy.